what is your succession plan, and what happens to Cardano if something happens to you? Who is your number two? So if I die, Cardano's fine. It doesn't require me. If IOG goes out of business, Cardano's okay. I mean, just like Coinbase going out of business or Tether blowing up, it has some form of an impact on Bitcoin that would have some impact on Cardano, but Cardano will continue on undisrupted. We're at that point of decentralization. Is there a succession plan within the company? There are 3 duties of a CEO, and only 3 duties. Everything else is extra. It's brownie points. But you do these 3 things, you're a good CEO. One is sustainable profit for the enterprise. You come up with a strategy that, if executed, you make more than you spend, and that's sustainable. So it doesn't go away, it's there. Number 2, you deal with existential threats. So the movie Margin Call is a great example of that, where they discover that the markets are about to blow up, and they keep escalating and escalating until they get to Jeremy Irons, and then the CEO is sitting there, flies in on the helicopter, and he says, okay, it's my job to know when the symphony stops playing. Okay, so existential threats, things that happen that if you don't deal with them the right way, the company dies, or you massively get damaged and derailed. For example, Microsoft realized that Windows is no longer going to be the cash cow they thought it was going to be, and they needed to pivot to a completely new business model. And if they didn't solve that in a 24 to 36 month period, they would be in a position where they would be shut out of all these other markets. And it was very clear that that was happening. It was an existential threat. And then finally, succession. It's the final and the thing that every CEO fucks up on. Walt Disney fucked up on it. Steve Jobs, in my view, didn't do a phenomenal job with that. Bill Gates clearly failed with that with Steve Ballmer. And that's something I focus a lot on. So how do you accommodate that is you create a collection of very strong executives, senior executives in the organization who have the complementary and in some cases parallel skills to you. And so if you disappear, if you die, those people can take on the role and still do novel, original, creative and things and carry on the organization. And you institutionalize your philosophy and your views so that the organization protects them and carries them through. So I'm not worried. I think we're fine. And I'm only 33. So, in lieu of an accident, I'll be around for a long time.